So it is week 2, session 1 with this legend here, Joe, who's currently making sure with every effort he's got that I won't get these gloves off.
Yeah, they're staying on.
They're staying on, and he's explained to me that I had this grueling 15-minute circuit at the end, and I'm going to have to compete with the fastest male, who did it in under 15 seconds, and it contains a hell of a lot of burpees and running.
15 minutes. It's done well to do it in under 15 seconds.
15 minutes. I mean, I like to think I'm fast, but potentially not that fast.
I think he got 15 and a half minutes.
15 and a half minutes
which
to
is
beat.
Fast.
Is he really fit as well?
He is. It's Luke Nash.
If he watches this, I'm coming to beat you.
Right.
But first, we are obviously doing some pad work because, or whatever this guy has in store, because this is how I look right now. But he's gone very quiet, which only suggests that he's planning some mean things.
Right, let's do it.
Okay, so the pad work is done as you've just seen, and now it is time for this absolutely brutal 15-minute circuit, which I will post up at the end. But I'm so determined to beat the fastest time, which is 15 and a half minutes. It's time to dig deep.
How are we feeling?
I can't speak. What's he done to me? But we're still trying to find out whether I beat first time or not. If not, it only means I'm going to have to redo it until I beat him. But that was absolutely epic, so you have to try it.
The mud would have slowed you down a bit as well.
It was very muddy because I couldn't run as fast. But even so, if you want to get your body working, your lungs, breathing heavy, you have to give it a go. How long was that run?
The run it's about 400 metres.
Okay, so the run's at 400 metres. If you want to give this a go, that's how fast you have to run. I mean, how far? I can't even speak. I'm so out of breath. But thank you to the guys that ran with me, coaching me out of the way.
Oops, I'm in the phone, I was running. Keep going! Karina, we got it. We found it?
Good morning. So it's Tuesday the 18th of December, and it's week 2 of me sharing with you my road to recovery. Today I want to show you my favourite breakfast. For me, it is actually my second breakfast today, because I got up early, went to the gym, came back, had some porridge, and then went to work, and now I'm in the middle of my day. So because it's not quite 12 o'clock yet, technically it is my second breakfast. So today I'm going to be showing you my soft boiled egg recipe with smoked salmon, grilled asparagus, tomatoes, and of course avocado. So lots of protein in there, lots of good fats, everything we need. With cystic fibrosis, it is so important to keep your calories high and doing it in a way that's including nutrient-dense foods so that your body is getting the best out of its food, which will then in turn help with your cystic fibrosis and with any of your goals you have, especially in the gym. You may find that with cystic fibrosis it's very difficult to maintain or put on weight, especially if you do regularly have lung infections, which is why it is so important to get your nutrition right, because not only will it help fight these infections, it will keep your body stronger and you will maintain weight better. I am a firm believer that nutrition is power. For me, the way I like to look at this is you would not feed somebody without a condition a high sugary diet in order to maintain or reach calorie goals. So then why are you feeding somebody with an inflammatory condition that kind of food when that sugar is never going to do you any good when you are trying to maintain your weight, increase your weight, or just improve your overall health? So not only will you find that your stomach will feel better, so there's a lot of things going around on Instagram known as the CF belly. Basically, it's something that I suffer from time to time, but it's something that I've managed to control much better via exercise and nutrition. So for me, if I have a high sugary diet for a number of days, I find that I look about 9 months pregnant, which I'll put up the photos here. And as you can see, it's really not very comfortable. It does not make you feel great. It makes you feel rubbish. I have taken time to work out what my body needs, how it works best, what foods it functions best on. And of course, being human, I'm not saying cut out all the things you love that are higher in sugar. What I'm saying is fuel the body, feed the body with nutrient-dense foods. And you can allow yourself to have those things that you absolutely love. It's not about feeling guilty about having these foods either, just to clarify. I eat for my health, so I enjoy having chocolate and ice cream alongside all the nutrients that I have in my day. Is feeding my body with what it needs to not only survive but thrive this condition, because if you do get sick, it can be super tough, which is why it is so important to figure out how your body works, and I've taken time over a number of years to do this. I will also put up a list of anti-inflammatory foods that are really good for people with lung disease at the end of this video, so you can screenshot it or you can write them down and start adding them into your food, because it's something that I've done. It's made such a difference to not only the way I feel but the way I look, and that in turn gives you confidence. So it is so worth adopting this kind of lifestyle rather than seeing it as a diet. It is something that you include every single day, because who doesn't want to feel good every single day? I'm now really hungry, so let's make my second breakfast, and I really hope you love it as much as I do. In here we have my 2 eggs. I pre-boiled the kettle so it isn't super hot, because if you put super hot water on eggs you will find that the eggs will crack. So pouring it in, but don't pour it directly onto the eggs. This is something that I've been asked to do for ages. People messaged me saying that my eggs look perfect, so let's hope today I can continue in that fashion and show you exactly how. So I'm going to pour this water by the eggs, not on the eggs, and I'm going to boil them for 6 minutes. The timer has been set, and I'm now going to go and grab a plate from behind me, and I'm going to put a healthy serving of smoked salmon on there to get all the good fats, the omega-3s in. And then I'm going to pan fry the asparagus with the tomatoes with some coconut oil, which tastes amazing. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the second pan up there to heat up to put my asparagus and tomatoes in, I'm going to open up my avocado. And if you do eat avocados, you will know that there's nothing more disappointing than a gone off or not too ripe avocado. So we have success, even if that does involve throwing it on the worktop. I was clearly too excited. So I'm going to have a whole avocado, because I try and eat a higher protein and higher good fat diet, because that's what makes my stomach feel better and that's what helps maintain my weight. Okay, so the pan is hot and I'm going to add some sea salt into the pan, because when I go to the gym I sweat so much. It is so important to keep your sodium levels high, because with cystic fibrosis, when you sweat out a lot of salt, which can leave you feeling tired, dehydrated, have headaches. So to prevent that, I add lots of sea salt into my diet, because not only that, it's also very good for you. And then all I'm going to do is throw in my asparagus, cut up my tomatoes, and then we've just got to wait, which is the hardest part. Okay, so I've just added, because I love the flavour of it, a tiny bit of balsamic vinegar onto the asparagus and tomatoes, just because it gives such good flavour. So if you are into balsamic vinegar, please do give it a go. If you hate it, please don't blame me either, because it's just something I love doing. I also love chilli, so I'm going to add some chilli flakes to my avocado with a squeeze of lime because it tastes so good. So this is another thing. So if you haven't tried it, go and try it, and I promise you, you will not be looking back. Next step with the eggs is to pour out the hot water and replace it with cold water for a couple of minutes so that you don't burn your hands. For 1. 2, it helps take off the shells, which is probably the most tedious part, because by this point all you want to do is eat. So go try this at home. It took me no longer than 10 minutes to make this, so it's not an excuse not to be able to eat healthy. I am now going to go and enjoy this. Stay tuned, because I'm going to be sharing with you loads more of my favourite recipes that I find help me, my digestive system and my CF in the coming weeks, and I will try and share with you another one this week for you to try over the weekend before we get into the festive period. Oh, and if you do have any questions on this, please comment in the box below or send me a message on Instagram, and I'll be more than happy to include them in the videos going forward. And that goes for any kind of question you have regarding me, my CF, my training, my medication regime, or anything random you want to throw in there. These videos over the next 10 weeks are for you to get to know me and how I manage living with a chronic illness. And there we have it. My second breakfast with the most perfect boiled eggs. Look at those yolks. With smoked salmon, tomatoes, asparagus, topped with a little bit of sesame seed I found in the cupboard, and some chilli. So go and try it at home, honestly. It is the quickest meal. It took me 6 minutes. As promised, I said to you that I would share with you another one of my favourite recipes, or go-to meals that is super fast but healthy to make. So I have literally thrown together a 1-pot dish, which I do all the time, which is basically a combination of lots of different vegetables and a source of protein. So what I've been finding more recently is, for me, fish especially works so well with my digestive system. I don't get bloated from it. My stomach feels so good, and I've actually got more energy. So a lot of my food that I'm eating at the moment is very heavily with vegetables and fish. So I guess more of a pescatarian style diet. But having said that, I don't cut out everything. So if I'm going out for dinner and I fancy a steak or something, I don't deny myself that. But from day to day, I make sure that I give myself things that make me feel good. It literally couldn't be simpler. So in this dish today, I have some broccoli, some asparagus, some peppers, and some Basa fillet, which is basically just white fish, which is so good because it doesn't shrink up in the oven, which you do find with a lot of fish. Literally just topped it with lemon juice, a bit of chilli, and some garlic. It'll be nice and simple, and it will only take about 20 minutes in the oven, if that. So it's super quick, super healthy, super simple. And if I want to bulk it out, I'll either roast some potato with it, or I'll make up some rice. So today I'm gonna have this, because later on I'm going to be having a second snack in the afternoon, which is going to be chicken, and I'm going to add a bit of rice with that, because I know I'm going to be hungry, and because I'm trying very consciously to add in more calories because I'm training much harder, and also I'm trying to put on a bit of weight because I have lost some weight via the training, so it's trying to balance it all out. This is why it is so important to learn how your body works and learn what works for you. For me, I find that my 3 meals in the day need to be based around protein, carbs and fats. So as little sugar as possible. Having said that, it doesn't mean I don't have sugar every day, because it's kind of impossible to get away from it, but I know this is what slows down my digestive system, gives me a stomach ache or makes me feel bloated. So I try and avoid it as much as I can, but because I do love chocolate and I am human, I do also have it. And also I try and drink plenty of water, so around 3 litres per day, because I find if I'm dehydrated, not only does it affect my concentration levels, but it also affects my stomach and the way it works. Having said that, next week I'm going to share with you some of my favourite homemade desserts, homemade baking that still taste incredible but are slightly healthier for you and will still make you feel good while satisfying your sweet tooth. And this is just in time for Christmas, which obviously is amazing for you guys. So Monday, I've got a huge baking day. So I will be filming and sharing all with you the following week. If you do struggle putting on weight, think about what meals you're having in the day and try and eat as regularly as possible. So I have 6 small meals a day, and if I'm still hungry, I have snacks. And make sure that I go to bed on a full stomach. But I also try and make cooking interesting and tasty. So eating healthy can be, if not more, yummy. And eating things like takeaways or quick cook meals where you buy them from the supermarket and throw them in the oven. And actually, you can make meals faster that are healthier that way as well. I think it's just about educating yourself and learning what you enjoy and learning how to put foods together, which is one of the best things I could advise for you to do. We have the finished meal, full of colour, lots of green, lots of goodness. And that is what I aim to try and achieve every single time I make a meal for myself, because it is so worth cooking and learning how to be healthy, because you will feel so much better and it will aid any condition that you've got and give you more energy to do the things that you love. So top tip of the day is learn how to cook a few of your favourite meals.